Hi and welcome to the channel. This video is about microphones. Now I know I've made a video about microphones before, but since then I've learnt a few things and I have quite a bit more to say about them. This is for people who are interested in developing their own video channel and learning a bit more about how to use microphones and what microphones to use in different situations. Now, sound is one of the most important aspects of making a video. You can have the best vision in the world, but if your sound is horrible, no one's going to watch it. People hate bad sound. It's really, really important, both outside and back in the studio, to get a decent sound on your videos. Now, I am a little bit notorious for producing pretty poor sound on some of my videos. People do complain about it from time to time, so I've really been making an effort to try and get better sound. I'll just run through the types of microphones that you're likely to need if you're going to start making videos. Now, for outside work or work that involves somebody moving around while they're talking, a little lav mic like this one here on my collar is excellent. This one is a wireless lav mic. It's a Boya WM6, not particularly high quality, but it produces a reasonable result and it allows you to move away from the camera and back towards the camera while maintaining a constant level of sound. This is great for outside work if you're going to talk to camera, and it's also good for inside work where someone's moving around. We have another channel called Let's Eat Malaysian, which is a cooking channel, and this microphone is used almost exclusively for that when we're doing inside work. It maintains your sound while someone's moving around, while they turn their back to the camera, while they move away from the camera. So very, very useful to have a wireless microphone for that kind of work. The next microphone I want to talk about is the big boy here. This is my most expensive microphone. I bought this because I believed at the time you had to have a good studio microphone and you had to spend some money on it to get that. Now, while that is sort of true, I've also found that if you include a preamp, which I have over the side here, we have a Focusrite Scarlett Solo. It's only a basic preamp, but it's a good quality one. What that does is it boosts the signal from something like the Procaster and enables you to use that signal. Without the preamp, this microphone is utterly useless. So when I spent the $200 on this, I thought it was just going to be a matter of plugging it in to the computer and recording the sound. No, didn't work at all. This thing will not produce very much sound at all. The gain on it is very, very low. You need something to boost that gain. You can boost it somewhat in post-processing, but you get an awful lot of hissing with it. You definitely don't want that sort of noise on the background of your soundtrack. So once I added the preamp, and I can see it working away over there, every time I talk there's a little green light on the around the gain knob, and I can see that flashing away. It will also indicate to me if I am peaking, because the light will turn red. So you can adjust the gain control to get your sound just right, so that you're picking up the voice you need without over recording it. In the last video, I also mentioned this little microphone here. This is a cheap $15 Huxley microphone from Audi, and on its own doesn't produce particularly good sound. But when combined with a preamp, I think you'll be quite surprised at the sort of sound you can get from a little cheap microphone like this. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn the gain down on the Procaster and bring the gain on this one up. And let's see what you think. Okay, now I've switched from the Procaster to the Huxley. I have tested this out before And I know the sound I'm getting from this is not bad. From a $15 microphone as compared to something that is more than 10 times the price. Now, if you were spending money on setting up a little home studio, what would you choose? Would you go for the $15 one and get this sound? Or would you go and spend $200 odd and get this sound? It's an interesting question. I personally, having tested this now, think that I may have been able to get away with just using this little microphone for in-house work. I'll leave it to you to be the judge. I'd like to see some comments below if you're interested in mics, and let me know what you think. Is this Procaster that much better than the little Huxley microphone, which I'm talking on now? I just switched them over again. Can you tell the difference? There is a difference. I can tell the difference by listening to it, but is it worth more than 10 times the price? Okay, well, we're back on the Procaster again, and I'll continue talking about the other microphones that I've got running at the moment. Down in front of me here, I have a Zoom H1N. It's a little handheld microphone. It's stereo. It has two microphones on it, so it will record in stereo, whereas most of these other microphones I'm running will only record mono. It's a very good outdoor microphone for recording background noise. I've put it up on a boom pole and used it to capture bird sounds, which it does quite well. I don't think the sound you get from it really compares to a high quality microphone, but it's very handy to have outside. Unfortunately, it comes in rather a cheap plastic case, and although you can use it as a handheld microphone, the plastic case makes it a little difficult to handle, so you're much better off putting it on a stand and using it that way rather than holding it, but you can do that. You'll notice I have a windshield on it, also known as a dead cat. Not really necessary inside, but very necessary when you're outside and you want to cut the wind noise. Now, the other microphone we've got running at the moment is up on the Panasonic directly in front of me, and that is the Rode Video Micro. It's good for picking up voice from a distance. The Procaster here won't pick up voice if I move away from it. I need to be in this area here directly in front of the microphone for it to pick up my voice. It is specifically designed not to pick up noise from behind and on the side, and it won't pick up my voice if I move away from it. So this one, studio only, but the little Rode Video Micro can be used both inside and outside. Quite a useful little microphone. It's small, it fits easily on the top of a camera, and does pick up quite good sound. Now, I'm going to switch between these as I'm talking so that you get some idea of the different sound from each of them. So as I switch, I will put a little notification on the screen to let you know which particular microphone is running at the time, and that'll give you some idea of exactly how each one operates and what it sounds like at this distance. I've also done some testing with various microphones running through different devices. So I'll get into that now, and I'll discuss each one as we go through, and then you can listen to the test and make up your mind about how good each microphone sounds. Starting at the very bottom end of sound comes the sound you get from the internal microphone of a DSLR camera. This is our D5300 Nikon, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree the sound is absolutely horrible. This is a sound test of the internal microphone of a Nikon D5300 DSLR camera. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The next level up, and somewhat better than the Nikon, is the internal microphone on the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. These cameras are a little bit old now, but they're still very useful, and we still use them quite a lot in our filming. The sound you get from the internal microphone isn't as bad as you might expect. This is a sound test of the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black internal microphone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Next comes the microphone on the Panasonic HC-V785 video camera. This is a dedicated video camera, and as you would expect, the sound you get on it is a little better than the previous two cameras. This is a sound test of the internal microphone of the Panasonic HC-V785 video camera. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The next test is of a fairly low-end eBay shotgun microphone that costs around about $25. This has its own internal power, but unfortunately it comes with a pretty unpleasant low-end hum. This would be rather difficult to get rid of in post-processing. It's a bit of a pity that it does produce this, because otherwise the sound that comes from the microphone is not all that bad. This is a test recording of a cheap eBay shotgun microphone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The next three tests involve using the Boya microphone, but with three different cameras. The first one is the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black. The second is the Nikon D5300, and the third is the Panasonic HC-V785. And I think you'll agree that there are some differences. Even though it's exactly the same microphone, each camera will give you a different result. This is a sound test of the Boya WM6 lav microphone being put through a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is a sound test of the Boya WM6 running through a Nikon D5300 DSLR camera. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is a sound test of the Boya WM6 lav mic running through Panasonic HC-V785 video camera. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is a test sound recording of a Huxley $15 microphone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is a test of the Rode Video Micro attached to a GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is a sound test of the Rode Video Micro through a Nikon D5300 DSLR camera. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is a test recording of the Rode Video Micro attached to the Panasonic V785 video camera. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is a raw test recording of the Zoom H1N with the dead cat on the end. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is a test of the Rode Video Micro hooked up to a Zoom H1N as the capture device, set on a gain of 6.5. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. This is a test sound recording of the Rode Procaster microphone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I hope this discussion has had some benefit and that you may have learned something through this that you didn't know before. I certainly have learned an awful lot since I started playing around with microphones. Using the same mic with different cameras definitely does get you different results. So it's not all about the microphone you use, it's also about what it's attached to, whether it's going through a preamp, whether it's going through a certain type of camera, whether that's a DSLR, which in my opinion produce the worst sound of all, whether you've got a microphone attached to them or not. And somewhat surprisingly, the sound you get from your microphone can also be affected by the software you use to record it. I'm just going to give you a quick example of that as the last part of this video. This is using the Rode Procaster. Currently, I am recording this direct to my video editing software, which is PowerDirector 16. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. The next thing you hear will be via a different software package. This sound is now being recorded by Audacity. This is a free downloadable piece of software that's available on the net, and from what I have heard in testing before, this should sound a bit different to what you were just listening to on the same microphone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Quite a bit of difference there, wasn't there? You can hear it now that I'm back on the PowerDirector recorder. It's more echoey. It's not as round and rich sounding as it was on Audacity. Audacity is definitely going to be my program of choice when I am doing voiceover or studio work. Definitely a much better sound than recording direct to PowerDirector. I don't use other video editing software, so I can't comment on how good or bad they are, but definitely the little Audacity program, which is a free downloadable, is very worthwhile adding to your software suite when you're putting together bits and pieces to help you edit videos. I think the main thing I've learned from all this is to experiment. Try different microphones with different cameras, try running some microphones through preamps, do all sorts of things. Find out which ones sound best in what conditions. If you found any of this information useful, it would be really great if you could click the like button, and if you want to see more of our videos, please subscribe to the channel, and then you'll get notification of new videos when they come up, and it also helps if you click the little bell icon. Well, thanks for listening to me blather on for all this time. I hope you did get something out of this, and hope you come back and check out some of the other videos that we put together. Not always about technical stuff. Usually this channel is more to do with travelling WA and the great stuff we have to look at here. So hope to see you again. Cheers for now.